Hello world, welcome to my channel. My name is Sarananada. In this video we are going to learn control statements, which are if else, while and for. Let's start with if else. There are different ways to write if else, that is simple if else using elif and nested if else. The syntax for simple if else statement is as follows: if boolean value colon. The statements inside if must start with a tab. Print of success, else print failure. If the boolean value beside the if keyword is true, the statement inside it gets executed, or else the else part get executed. Let's test it. Yes, success. I hardcoded it as true, so print of success gets executed. If I put in here false, failure should get executed. Let's learn if else using some comparison operators, which are less than, greater than, equal to, less than equals to, greater than equals to. Let's assume two numbers, num1 equals to 3, num2 equals to 4. If num1 is greater than num2, let's test it. Yeah. And if I use less than, if part should get executed. Yes. If I want to check the equality between the values, which is false for now, yeah, failure. If I change my num1 to 4 and my print of success would get executed, yes, success value gets printed. And for greater than equals to and less than equals to, in this way comparison operators can be used. You can also use logical operators, which are and, or, not. Let's take the same example of num1 equals to 4 and num2 equals 3, and you want to check one more condition. If num1 is equals to 4, yes, success gets printed. And keyword operates like this: if both the values are true, it would get executed. If any one or both of them are false, else part would get executed. Let's try out or, and I would like to change the condition. Num1 is less than num2 and num1 equals to 4. Let's test it. Yeah, success gets printed. Herein OR operator works like this: if any one of the condition is true, then if part gets executed. If both conditions are false, then only else part would get executed. Herein num1 equals to 4 is true and num1 less than num2 is false, so my if part gets executed. Let's see how to use not logical operator. Not would negate whatever value is present inside its condition. Herein num1 equals to 4 would come out to be true and not would convert it into false. Let's test it. Failure. Since both of the odd part is false, else part gets executed. Now let's see something known as identity operators. That is not. Let's take a list value 1, 2, 3 and one more 1, 2, 3 is num2. Let's execute it. Else part gets executed. Herein is keyword checks the memory reference of both the list although their values are same. If I have num2 referring to num1, let's test. Success. If part gets executed. Since the memory reference of both num1 and num2 are same. Wherein is not is opposite of it. If the memory reference is not same, then the if part would get executed. For now it's failure. Now let's see something known as membership operators. Which is in and not in. If I want to check a value is present inside my list for let's say 1 in num1, then in keyword can be used. Success gets printed. And not in would check the quite opposite of it and give me the else part, that is failure. Now let's see different ways to write if-else statements. We have seen the simple if-else statement. Now let's cover how to write elif. If let's say a value num1 equals to 4 and num2 equals to 3. If num1 equals to 1, which would be false, print if part 1, and you wanna put another check concurrent to it, elif num1 greater than num2, print if part 2. Yes, let's execute it. If part 2 gets printed. Herein, when I get a false from this if part, this control goes to this elif keyword. Herein another check gets compared, and as it returns true, it prints if part 2. Now let's see something known as nested if-else. If I want to check inside my else, let's say num2 equals to 3, print nested if-else. Nested if-else gets printed. The same thing could also have been done inside or as that of if. Yes, we are done with if-else. Now let's see while control statement. While syntax is quite simple. While let's say a variable num1 equals to 1 and num1 is less than equals to 10, print num1 and increment it by 1. Let's print it. Yes, the numbers from 1 to 10 gets printed. In while control statement, until the boolean value beside this while keyword gets false, the statements inside it gets executed again and again. Herein I am printing the value num1 and incrementing 1 again and again until it reaches the value 10. There are two keywords, that is break and continue, that is also used hand in hand with while control statement. Let's take an example. If my num1 value becomes equals to 5, I would break. In here what I have done is, as soon as I increment my values to 1, I check my value whether it's equal to 5 or not. When it's 5, I would break this while. When this break keyword gets executed, it would immediately break its current while condition and the control gets out of this while block. Let's see now something known as continue statement. Continue. Let's see. Yeah. Herein what I have done is printing before continue and incrementing my value one by one, and whenever my num1 value is less than 5, that is initial 4 statements, continue keyword get executed. What continue keyword does is pass on this control immediately after continue to my initial statement, ignoring the statements following it. And when my value, that is num1, got incremented above the value 5, the continue statement stopped executing and the statements below it, that is after continue, gets executed. Now let's see something known as for loop. Its syntax is quite simple. Let's use in operator for number in numbers. Let's take a list numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, print number. Let's execute it. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. All of them gets printed. The syntax of for loop is as follows. Here I am using in operator to iterate my list, that is numbers, and store each value in temporary variable number and print them one by one. The same thing can be done to triple. Let's test it. Yeah. And if you want to iterate a dictionary value, let's take an example of 1, 2, 3, values get printed. Herein I have initiated a dictionary with values 1, 2, 3 with string as values and keys with integer values, and I have extracted its values and iterating them one by one and printing them. If you wanna print its key values, then you must use the keys function, which would give the keys value, and let's test it. Yes, 1, 2, 3. The keys value gets printed. There is one more way of iterating in for loop using range function. In range, you just need to pass the value to till it should get executed. Yeah, 0 to 5 gets printed. And if I want to also specify from where my number should start, let's say 2 to 6. Yes, the numbers till 5 gets printed. Here in range function, it would iterate from I to j minus 1. That's it for now, guys. Thanks for watching this video. If you like this video, don't forget to put a like and subscribe for more videos. Bye for now.